prettiest woman in town." "Now we'll have to say you married the biggest woman," his mother added.
"Leah's made you guys embarrassed. Hey, Leah, apologize to them. Aren't you even thinking about losing weight after all this?"
Gary's relentless criticism made me reach my breaking point. If it weren't for the kids, I might have run out of the house right then. Josh was playing on his grandfather's lap, and Jenny was sleeping in her grandmother's arms. I couldn't tear the kids away from their grandparents. I forced a smile to get through it, but inside I was shattered.
"What was with that attitude at my parents' place? You were sulking the whole time."
Gary snapped on the drive home.
"Do you even care about my parents? You should treat them better." "Huh, you really pissed me off,"
he continued. "Hey, the kids are sleeping. Could you keep your voice down? Are you going to take care of them if they wake up?"
"What? You're talking back to me? After everything I do for you? Just wait till we get home,"
he threatened, his hands tight on the steering wheel. He was so angry I worried he'd cause an accident and hurt the kids. So, I stayed silent like a clam for the rest of the ride. When we got home that night, I put the kids to bed and soaked in a lukewarm bath, letting the tears flow. Remembering the cruel words from Gary and his parents made my heart ache. I pressed a towel to my face to muffle my sobs. I was at my breaking point. When I saw the pigsty sign on our bedroom door, my resolve hardened. A week later, Gary asked,
"Hey, where are my socks?"
"Find them yourself. I'm not your mother."
"I don't think of you as my mother. You're a maid, even less than a maid. You're my attendant. You'll be taking care of me forever. You're demoted from wife to attendant, fatty."
He laughed. "You can say that now, but not for long," I muttered.
"What? Huh, you think you're tough? If you're so pissed, why don't you lose some weight? You'll still be doing everything for me, so deal with it."
So infuriating. I whispered in my heart, waiting for him to leave for work so I could set my plan in motion. I packed up clothes and essentials for the kids and me, and arranged for them to be sent to my parents' house. I also informed Josh's preschool about a long break. "Mom, where are we going?" "Listen carefully, honey. You have another set of grandparents. They're my parents." "Really? I didn't know that," he said, surprised. It wasn't his fault. I had never taken the kids to see my parents. I'd been too stubborn. I finally called my parents, swallowing my pride, to ask if we could stay with them for a while. I tearfully told them how Gary and his parents had mocked me.
"Oh, Leah, I'm so sorry. Your dad and I are waiting for you. We can't wait to see Josh and Jenny," my mother said, crying over the phone. My parents live in a rural area, and traveling there by train and bus takes both time and money. My father sent me money to cover the travel costs. Despite my previous stubbornness, my parents welcomed me warmly and gave me strength. I put Jenny in a baby carrier, took Josh by the hand, and left the house with my bank card in my bag. I left the signed divorce papers on the table. I was determined to confront Gary about the divorce. "Welcome back, Leah. Your things have arrived. We'll look after the kids, so you go upstairs and rest,"
my mother said as soon as we arrived. I slept soundly until morning for the first time in 4 years. My mother noticed my dull skin, dark circles, and brittle hair, understanding that I was malnourished. She prepared all my favorite foods.
"Leah, are you really going to leave Gary? If you're serious about divorce, your mother and I will support you. If you still have doubts, we won't bring it up again," my father said after breakfast. "I want to leave him. I want to start over with my kids," I said firmly. "Okay. Gary is already on his way here."
"What?" I was shocked. Gary had called while I was sleeping and was now heading to my parents' house. When I turned on my phone, it was filled with missed calls and messages from him saying, "Help me." I reluctantly called him back, dreading the sound of his voice. He answered before the first ring finished.
Why weren't you answering? Where were you?
Where are you?
I'm at a cafe near your parents' house. What the hell do you think you're doing? When I get home, we're going to have a talk.
Didn't you see what was on the table?
How do you plan to live after a divorce?
Shut up. It's none of your business. You said the worst thing you could to me. Don't act like you don't remember.
Pig, right? That was just a slip of the tongue. I was shocked and upset. Yeah, just forget that I said that. Can we talk?
I will never forgive you. Sign the divorce papers. Until you do, I'm keeping the bank card. I don't want to see your face. Leave now.
Fine, but I need $3,000 today. I promise I'll leave once I get it. Please, help me.
An hour later, he showed up at my parents' house.
Leah, talk inside. The kids are upstairs.
Thanks, Mom, but he might start yelling. I don't want the kids to hear, so I'll talk to him in the car. She agreed, and my father offered to sit in the back seat for support. I felt more confident facing Gary with my father and the bank card as leverage.
Did you bring the $3,000?
Gary asked as soon as he saw me. It was just like him to show no concern for the kids. I haven't withdrawn it yet. What do you need it for?
That's none of your business.
Right. We're practically strangers now.
Damn, you've gotten ugly, and your personality's gotten even worse.
Not ugly, just stronger. I carried our children and gave birth to them. To protect their lives, a mother puts herself last. I'd sacrifice anything for my kids' well-being, so this is how I ended up.
So you think it's okay to get fat? I can't even see you as a woman anymore. You should consider my feelings too. I'm a victim here. So that's why you went on a trip with that woman, huh? You caused a hit-and-run accident and fled because you were scared it would come out.
What? I said.
Wait, what? How do you know?
Gary stammered. The voice came from my father in the back seat. His tone was calm, but had the weight of a judge. I was shocked, and Gary turned pale.
What are you talking about, sir? What makes you think that?
Gary tried to deny it, but even I was stunned by this revelation.
Get out of the car,
my father ordered. I got out of the passenger seat, and Gary followed from the driver's seat to confront my father.
Leah, do you remember Troy?
Of course. Troy is my father's brother's son, my cousin, 3 years older than me. What about him?
A month ago, one of his friends was involved in a hit-and-run. They couldn't remember the exact license plate number, so they didn't report it to the police.
It was stranger than fiction to hear this during my divorce discussion. And the driver was Gary?
Yes.
My father confirmed with a heavy nod.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't remember anything like that. You might not remember, but it's a fact. Gary, if you hadn't chased my daughter all the way to this rural area, you might have gotten away with it. Specifically, if you hadn't gone into that cafe. What are you talking about? That cafe belongs to Troy. His friend spotted your car, matched the vehicle description and part of the license plate, and called him immediately. No way. That's impossible. Do you know how many cars like mine are out there? Stop making excuses. You really are an idiot. Making your mistress wait in that cafe, huh? Troy's friend recognized her face and confirmed it. She even gave them your name. What?
Gary's face turned ashen.
Look at this emoji.
My father showed us his phone displaying a message from Troy with a screaming face emoji. Despite the serious topic of Gary's infidelity, I couldn't help but laugh for the first time in a long while. My father waved to a car parked a few dozen feet away. Troy stepped out of the driver's seat and said,
Leah, long time no see. How have you been? I heard you're getting divorced. Congratulations. And get rid of this worthless guy already.
What? I was taken aback by his support.
Mind your own business.
Gary, soon to be my ex-husband, foolishly snapped at Troy.
You made Leah cry, you bastard.
Troy said, grabbing Gary by the collar.
You called her a pig, didn't you?
He had clearly heard everything from my mother.
Leah, it must have been tough. But thanks to that sticker, we found the hit-and-run driver quickly. Karma really does come around. Spitting in the wind just gets you wet. In your case, it's going to be worse. You might end up dealing with the police. Seriously?
Gary quivered, looking at the sticker Troy pointed to. The sticker read, "Pixie on board," which Gary had put on the car before the bedroom door.
Uncle, can I punch him?
Troy asked my father.
No. You're a black belt in karate and a former boxer. You'd kill him, and he's not worth it. Don't do it.
My father advised. Both their words made Gary pale and tremble. Watching him squirm gave me a sense of satisfaction. Later, Troy took Gary to the cafe where Troy's friend confronted him about the hit and run. Whether they settled it or filed charges, I didn't care. Gary's demand for $3,000 was to pay for his mistress's abortion. Knowing that, I was relieved he had followed me all the way to my parents' house. When she saw the Pixie on board sticker, she thought he had been mocking her and went ballistic. A year later, with the help of a lawyer, the divorce was finalized and we divided our assets. Gary and his mistress both paid the alimony I had demanded. The $1,300 monthly child support would be saved for Josh and Jenny's future. After refreshing myself at my parents' house, I felt ready to start working again and put Jenny in daycare.
Leah, you have an interview today, right? Good luck. There's no rush to start working, you know.
Thanks, Mom. I appreciate everything you and Dad have done for me, I replied. After a year of relying on my parents, I was less stressed and had lost weight. My skin was glowing again. Mom, Troy's here, Josh said with a smile. Even Jenny had warmed up to him and was being carried in his arms.
Leah, I'll drive you to the station. Hop in.
Thanks, Troy.
No problem. You look amazing, by the way. But you know, no matter what, you'll always be my adorable cousin.
Hearing him calling me amazing meant more than any compliment I'd ever received. He promised to play a fatherly role for the kids for a while. As he gripped the steering wheel with his strong hands and laughed heartily, I felt truly blessed to have such wonderful people in my life.